Hi everyone, I'm Edna. I'm 61 years old and I love sharing that to highlight the fact that I'm still learning and that as teachers we need to always be learning. The things I want to share today relate to what I've learned from being a granny. Meet my favorite curious little inquirer, Shy. Only because his little brother Matan is a less successful explorer, as you can see. They both have Hebrew names meaning gift, and they are precious little gifts for a teacher granny who loves to observe learning, to learn about learning. For the past 7 years, I've also been another kind of granny. In 2009, Sugata Mitra, in his hole-in-the-wall experiment, placed computers in slums and remote rural parts of India, where children who hadn't had access to computers before the experiment was to see whether they could teach themselves to use the computers. Not only did they do that, but they learned English and a whole lot of other things in the process, including how to solve problems collaboratively with their peers and how to figure things out for themselves, things not traditionally valued in the schools that they went to. In 2013, Mitra won the TED Prize, which funded School in the Cloud labs, such as this one, in Korakati in northern India, where children walk from the surrounding villages to access computers to learn for themselves and to interact with grannies in the cloud. The granny cloud are both males and females, old and young, they're not all real grannies, who interact with children via Skype. You can see me, right? In less advantaged settings, mainly in India, but also in Cambodia, in Colombia, even in Greenland at the moment, and we're about to start on a project with Syrian children in a refugee camp in Greece. The role of the granny is not to teach, not to tell, but to provoke curiosity, to ask questions, to encourage from the side, and to really listen. In the time that I've been involved in the Granny Cloud, I've had many interesting and inspiring experiences. The little adventure I'm going to share with you now happened quite a number of years ago now, when I introduced some of our privileged students at my school, Mount Scopus, to some of their less advantaged counterparts in a rural village in Maharashtra in India. Once I came in and there was a girl playing the guitar and the two groups of children were singing together. Left to their own devices, magic happened. So pretty powerful learning, as you can see. These boys are part of a group of grade 6 students at a simple semi-rural school in Fulton, about 5 or 6 hours drive from Mumbai, with a beautiful philosophy, where children whose parents can afford to pay for their education learn alongside children from the lowest castes. This is their little SOUL lab. SOUL stands for Self-Organized Learning Environment, which was also funded by the TED Prize. And I had the incredible experience in June, having interacted with this particular group for the past year via Skype once a week, of meeting my kids in person, which was pretty special, as you can imagine. observing the way the older kids have grown and learnt through their exposure to the granny cloud and having time to explore on their own on computers, the staff at Felton decided to experiment with the very tiniest children, the 3- and 4-year-old preschool children, and see what would happen if they were exposed to English stories and songs from a very young age. So this is Kylie and Tyler, 2 of our Year 6 students at Mount Scopus. There's a bigger group of girls who come in their lunchtime and prepare and run sessions with these tiny children in India. So they plan what they're going to do and they reflect afterwards on what did and didn't work. I love this expression of pure joy when they saw the little kids catching on to what it was that they had planned. So some really incredible learning happening for these girls as well. So what's my overall message? We need to believe that all children are capable, creative, curious, and competent. And given the right opportunities and encouragement, can drive their own learning. Like these 4th grade students we saw on Wednesday in Adrian's unstructured inquiry, where there were kids building a computer, taking a motor apart, figuring out how to use a sewing machine, while the teachers stood to the side. So we need to rethink the traditional things we do at school, like testing and curricula, timetables and classrooms, because those traditional things about school have very little to do with the notion of learning. We need to stop doing school and start thinking more about what it means to really learn.